Yeah, yeah. We just chillin' and vibing. Good conversations with good people. Oh. Good conversations with good people. Yeah.
Welcome to another episode of Chillin' and Vibing. Today we have a passionate country soul artist slash songwriter, Miss Cami Rose.
Hello, how are you guys?
Hey, we chillin' and vibing. I appreciate you for coming to Chill and Vibe.
Thank you for having me. This is my first podcast interview for my music, so I'm really happy to be here.
So Cami Rose, where you from?
I was born and raised in Detroit.
D-Town.
Mm-hmm.
So Eminem, Big Sean,
Kid
you a
Rock.
Detroit Lions fan?
I am.
Hopefully y'all do something this year. Y'all always get to that and then y'all
Man, we always get so close. I don't even want to talk about it. It was hard, but they're awesome.
So when did your music journey start?
So I have told everyone since I was probably old enough to talk that I was going to be a famous singer one day. So I'd have to be 6, started in church, would sing every solo they would let me, would join every choir, every praise and worship team, and just would sing. I think somebody bought me a kid microphone and I would play music and just pretend it was my concert.
That's what's up. So who are your top 3 artists of all time?
Ooh, that's a hard question. Top 3 artists of all time. I would say it's hard to say of all time, but the 3 people that really probably molded me as a singer, I would say, would be Shania Twain, Mariah Carey, and Whitney Houston. Growing up, I had their CDs, cassette tapes. And those are the songs that I would listen to over and over and try to match their runs, their pitch. I just really fell in love with all 3 of those artists, and they basically made me want to become a singer.
What was that experience like your first time in the studio?
So my first time in the studio was very nerve-wracking. But luckily the person that I was with made it very, very comfortable. His name's Lewis Hensley. I shared, some past experiences with my previous marriage and relationships and was just transparent, and he heard what I had to say and just basically got on his computer, hit some different instruments and said, "Your song is nothing but a paycheck. Go home and write your story." And I did, and came back. We put it together seamlessly and cranked out a song, and really proud of it.
Nothing but a paycheck. Your hit single out right now.
Correct.
Ooh, tell us about that writing process. What was going through your mind?
So the story behind Nothing But a Paycheck. When I was married, my ex-husband told me that I was nothing but a paycheck, standing in the kitchen one day. It was so ironic to hear because I guess for women, you hear things like you're nothing but a pretty face or whatever, but to hear you're nothing but a paycheck for a woman, it was just, I don't know, that those words always stuck with me. And I was the only one working for probably 7 out of the 10 years of our marriage. So it was a difficult place to be in as a woman already. But to hear that and to feel like that's all I was, it just really hit me. So basically the first verse and the second verse of the song is just experiences in my marriage where I felt like nothing but a paycheck.
So, going through that, how do you feel about relationships now?
I think the thing that's so cool about your past and difficult experiences is that you can totally take them, learn from them, heal from them, and then turn them into such a journey. And through music and art, you can express yourself, and you can also help other people get through things that they may be dealing with, and help them to see like a positive side of it. Like you might be going through something right now, you might feel a certain way, but there is light at the end of the tunnel. One day you're going to look back and say, you know what? This happened to me, but I'm going to spin it and make it a positive. So with relationships now, I think I have such a bigger out view of what I will accept and what I won't, what I deserve and what I don't, what I'm willing to deal with, even in regular relationships, friendships. Since my divorce, I've let close friends go because I think you just get to a place where you realize you deserve more and people don't just deserve your energy and they have to earn that. And it's a two-way street and you have to respect them and they have to respect you. And if they're not doing that, they don't need to be in your life.
I agree. I agree. Like, some bridges, once you burn them, you can't cross them again.
That's so funny that you say that because I literally am coming out with a song that has those exact words. But yes, it's called Point
You
of
don't
No
know?
Return.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's true. So that's your next single?
It is. It's called Point of No Return, and it's just about burning bridges and not being able to come back from them, and you know. But yeah, that is going to be my next single. So that's interesting.
So I got to ask this question. Did he
Yes.
hear the song yet?
Well, I actually have no idea. We're not really on speaking terms. I would imagine so. I'd imagine every person I used to go to church with probably sent it to him and said, look what so and so is doing. But you know what? It's not going to stop me from singing my truth. And, my past is where I came from and I'm going forward. But, if I can encourage someone else by sharing my story, I'm going to do that.
And that what they're gonna do too, because like somebody can feel the same way that you was feeling and be like, man, I feel like that. Man, that song touched me. I feel the words she's singing. That's really dope. And it shows like how meaningful it be, when people write songs that's meaningful, because people can relate to it.
Right. Yeah, that's all I've ever wanted to do with music. I mean, I think that's what really propelled me to write is I have been through so much, and I think through music like you should really be telling your story, and it's like kind of a heartbreak to healing journey, and a lot of my music that I'm going to be coming out with is relationship based and just life. Music should be about life because
Yeah.
it's just
Life be
multifaceted.
life.
Life be life is so hard.
For real.
So
So when performing, do you always have a live band?
So I do have a live band. Sometimes I do acoustic sets. It really just depends on the venue or what I'm going to be, if I'm opening for somebody or if I'm doing, like a local festival or whatnot. Really just depends what the venue is calling for. Eventually, I'd like to open for Teddy Swims. That's my goal. I hope one day he hears that and it happens.
So
Yeah.
like being in a band and having a band, how often do y'all practice?
So we had a big event just this past Friday. I work with some really really talented musicians. They are just insanely talented and they come prepared. So we were doing probably 2 to 3 practices a month preparing for that. They learned 30 to 35 songs in about 2 to 3 months. They're absolute insanely talented people. So it's a lot of practice on your own. And then you just kind of come together and you chill and you vibe.
Yeah, it's different live though. Hearing that band, man, hearing those instruments and hearing your voice, I know, like have the crowd going crazy.
I think singing live is one of the most magical experiences. Just being able to like transfer energy to the crowd, the energy coming back to you, and just you all just feeling each other, I think is just honestly one of the coolest things you can do.
What's one of the most memorable moments you have since performing so far?
I think one of the most memorable experiences was probably on Friday. I um I had some little girls come up to me after the show and they really wanted to take a picture with me. And I took a picture with them and they shared with me that they wanted to pursue music. They wanted to go on America's Greatest Talent or one of the other vocal shows, and it was so cool to hear their dreams because that's what started my music career. It was a dream as a little girl, as saying, I'm going to do this. I want to do this, and speaking it into existence. So when I heard that from them, like all I could do was hype them up. Like, I'm like, do it, practice, go for it. Because that's what young people need to hear. Not like, oh, the music industry is hard to get into, this, that. No, like if somebody has a drive, like the fact that I feel like I can inspire them and help them and push them in any way, shape, or form, I think was probably one of the coolest experiences.
Who would be your dream collab?
Ooh, dream collab. I would have to say Tyler Childers. I don't know if you ever heard him. He's got an insanely soulful voice. Just a amazing songwriter. He's got an incredible band. That would actually be probably my dream collab.
Independent or record label? Which one and why?
Like which one's better or which?
Which one you prefer? Because
Well, I've never had.
some people want to stay independent. Some people want to get a record deal.
So I've never had a record deal, so I can't really compare it. But I think what I've been able to do so far independently has been really cool, just to find organic, people that want to listen to my music. And but I do think there's some real benefits to having a label and, having a team behind you to push, your material. And right now it's kind of a one woman show when it comes to marketing and everything. So thankful for my musicians and the, producers that have worked with me. But I think to have like a whole creative team and to be able to just focus more on writing and doing your craft is probably the way to go. But I'd have to tell you after I get a record deal.
Hey, keep pushing. It's going to come.
Thank you.
Can we discuss a pivotal moment of your music career where you realize you really had it, what it takes to be an artist?
I think once I recorded my song and I heard it and I was listening to it and I forgot that it was me and I was just kind of vibing to it, I think that's when I was like, I think I could actually do this. Like, and to hear the feedback from people, I've gotten incredible feedback on the song, which I'm so thankful for. People saying I have this song on repeat, has been so amazing and so awesome to hear, because at the end of the day, every artist wants to create something that people love and can connect with. And so I think that's the moment where I was like, you know what? I'm going to do this.
So when you're not writing a song or recording or performing, what's your definition of chilling and vibing?
Just like hanging, what I like to do for fun kind of thing. I am kind of a homebody a little bit. I like to try to get good night's sleep. I try to meal prep. I like to get to the gym. I love doing Zumba. I love to connect with people. Quite recently, I've tried to connect with different artists and musicians in the area. I try to do like little collabs here and there, just like recording covers. I love to go to concerts, but I just love being outside and anything that's active, because I really think that the way you take care of your body really plays into the way you feel mentally, and just want to be 100.
Yeah, you love riding horses too. I saw that.
Oh, I love riding horses. Oh man.
How long have you been riding horses?
So when I was younger, my mom had gotten myself and my brother's lessons. So I had lessons as a kid, but now I don't get to ride them as much. But every time I go to Texas, I try to make it a point to find a company to, let me shoot some content and just ride. And I don't know, there's something so majestic and beautiful about horses. I really feel like they're just such a spiritual animal.
Man, them horses big. I gotta ask, what's the fastest you ever went on a horse?
So fastest would be like you can walk a horse and then it gets up to a trot and then to a gallop. Safely, probably a trot. When the horse starts taking off to a gallop, I feel like I'm holding on for dear life. But I just recently purchased some horseback riding lessons because I would like to get up to a gallop and feel like I'm, not slightly worried about my safety.
Yeah, I never did it before. I say I want to try it though.
You should. It's a really, really cool experience.
At least once. At least once.
At least once, yes, for sure.
So if somebody wanted to listen to your music, how could they do that? I'll follow you on your socials.
So my Instagram is cami.rose.music. On Facebook, it's Cami Rose Music. I have a website, camiroseofficial.com. And then I'm on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, pretty much the majority of the streaming platforms. You can find Nothing But a Paycheck. And I also have a cover recorded, Toxic by Britney Spears, that you can find as well.
If you can give advice to a younger version of yourself, what would you say?
Don't let anybody tell you that you can't do this or that you should wait or put something else in front of it. Just pursue it with your whole heart.
Rose, I appreciate you for coming to chill and vibe. But before we go, let everybody know what we doing.
We're chilling and vibing.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, Larry.